Which one you really want to make? The one on the right or the one on the left? Doesn't matter. You have also this one. Stay tuned because it's going to start now. Okay, now after looking into the ingredients and to the final dish, let's start cook. And finally we have a dessert on the channel, and it's going to be simple, easy and very tasty and exotic, a little bit exotic. And we're going to start with the caramel, apples, then bread and whipped cream, a little bit the decoration, and after that assemble. So let's move to the cooking station. Now here on the cooking station we have a medium pot already on the heat, 5 out of 9 electric stove power, and we're going to start with our brown sugar and half of the white sugar. Mix it, and now with a wooden spoon we're going to start taking control over it. At this point, when we see the edges of the sugar already becoming caramel, we're going to stir it a little bit again. Bring the excess sugar to those points. We will choose one point that is a little bit hotter than the others and start mixing the sugar there and bringing the other sugar to this point, so it's going to melt as well. Exactly like this. And this point, when all the sugar is dissolved, you want to be really careful. We're going to add the butter, and using a whisker, whisk the butter inside. When the butter is melted, we're going to start adding the milk and the cream. A little bit by a little bit. Careful with the steam. And at this point we're going to let it reduce while whisking it from the edges and everything. And I'm using brown sugar and white sugar because I'm using raw brown sugar, and the white sugar going to give the brown sugar the opportunity to dissolve easier and also to decrease the taste of the raw sugar because it's really strong in flavor. At this point, when you see the bubbles again bigger and bubble up slower, and you see also already the consistency, you already know that the caramel sauce is ready. So using the wood spoon, we're going to take the caramel sauce and transfer it to a bowl carefully because it's really hot, like this, and straight away fill it with hot water, otherwise it's going to be really hard to clean this stuff. And we will let the caramel sauce a little bit to chill outside, and then put it in the fridge and let it sit completely. At this point, don't try to taste the caramel sauce because it's really hot, you're going to burn yourself, and don't take it from the bottom. And I kept 1 cube, like about 20 grams of butter for the caramelization of the apples, and half of the white sugar that is in the recipe in the description below, so make sure to check that out for the whipped cream. Now let's work a little bit on the fruits, and I'm going to explain here. This is a mix of Brazilian nut and pistachio. I roast them both separately, blended them separately, and after that mix them together. We have the bread that we're going to do a couple of shapes, and from the scrap we're going to make a nice plate as a dessert, as a small cake for the middle of the table. So you're going to have a couple of versions. So we're going to start with the apples, and we're going to peel them. After peeling them, we're going to cut them into cubes. Now we have pan on the heat, high heat. I'm doing it on 8 out of 9. And we have the butter and the apples. We're going to caramelize them in the pan, let them chill, and then we're going to mix them with the caramel sauce that we did before. When both of them are cold, we're going to mix it and use it as a layer in the cake. Now when the pan is hot, we're going to add the butter, And when the butter is melted, we're going to add the apples. Now, we're not going to stir it, we want to make the crust on the bottom. And when the crust is ready, we're going to start tossing it until all the apples are caramelized in their own juices. Now, we're going to toss it, and you see the caramelization, it's beautiful. So, organize the apples again, let them caramelize more now on the other side. After 1 minute, toss it again, organize them again, so most of the apples going to touch the pan, and caramelize them again. Now, when the apples are nicely caramelized and brown, I'm going to transfer them to a plate, open them a little bit, and let them chill. Same way as we did with the caramel sauce, a little bit outside. Then, after they're already at room temperature, we're going to put them in the fridge and let them chill completely. And now, meantime we're waiting for the caramel sauce and the apples to chill down a little bit, we will work on the whipped cream, and we're going to use cream and the white sugar that we have left, and we will make this whipped cream with a brown mixer with a whisker together. And this is a brown mixer, a hand mixer, and it's coming with the different type of sets for it, and it's really nice. So, and if you want to check it out, you have a link in the description below to where I bought this on Amazon. So, let's start with the whipped cream. All of it. And when you have the bubbles, we're going to start adding the sugar. Beautiful. And we really want to make it really strong. Now, we will transfer it to a piping bag and chill it. Now, let's work on our brioche bread, and we're going to use a ring to create the circle and a knife to cut it. So, come closer, take a look. We will take the ring, put it in the circle, and make the nice shape. This is one. This one, we're going to cut them into smaller pieces. For this one, I'm going to cut the edges and cut it in the middle, so we can put one on top of the other. So now, this one we're going to put in a toaster and give them a nice color, and those one we're going to put in the oven on 80 to 100 degrees Celsius to let them dry and get a little bit more color, because it's a brioche bread, so it will get color in the oven even on low temperature. And while waiting for them to roast and toast, we're going to do the peach for the decoration, and after that set up the dessert. For the peach, and we're going to slice it with a mandolin, and if you don't have a mandolin, you can do it with a knife. But if you want to check this mandolin, you have a link in the description below as well with the brown mixer that I showed you before. We're going to slice thin slices from it, and if you have the halves, it's very nice already. Take it, as I prefer to do it, cut it in the middle, and bring them together, like this. And you don't want to make them too thick, otherwise they are going to open. So now it's just time to set it up. So, for the beginning, we will start with our apples and a couple of spoons of the caramel sauce. So, I'm going to take a nice spoon, another one, mix it with the apples. So, we'll take one circle, one rectangle, and the plate for the sharing, and put a little bit on the bottom. One rectangle for our sharing cake. We will put the croutons on the bottom. Also, on this one, we're going to put a little bit of the nuts inside. Now, we'll take the whipped cream and start making dots all over it. So, come closer, take a look. At this point, we will cover our small cakes press them, both of them, a little bit, and make more dots. Now we'll put a little bit more on the nuts on top and start decorate our peach. Using the bigger one for the bigger cake and the smaller one, the individual dessert. And finish with the berries and lime zest. And this is how you make same dessert, 3 different options, and everything easy and simple at home. So if you like this video, let me know what you think in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because more of those recipes are coming up every week. I'm Andre and this is ThinkOFood.